Hi, I'm Christy and welcome to Crafting with Christy. And today I'm going to do the video I promised on how to make a basket. So, just a reminder, we want to make a basket like this where we've got a flat bottom. This basket is a little bit too big around for me, so I started some examples with a smaller basket. But the first thing I need to do is show you how to start. What I'm going to be using is this yarn that I got from Mary Maxim, Kodak yarn, which is 100% wool, and it's a medium weight yarn. And I'm going to be using a size 4 hook. And that's because I want to get tight stitches. First thing we want to do is make a magic ring. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the yarn, wrap it around twice, and cross it over your necklace. And we're going to take our hook, put it through under the yarn, grab the working end of the yarn, and pull it through so we have a loop on the hook. Then we're going to take and yarn over and pull it through that loop. Now we've got a way to keep the yarn together. So we can drop that and it's still going to stay there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it so that I can do my stitches. I want to do 6 stitches for my base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got 6 stitches in our circle, and we're ready to pull it tight. So go back and take this tail end and pull it tight, and you see the stitches end up forming a circle. Now we're going to want to knit in those stitches, but we need a way to mark between the last stitch of our old round and the first stitch of the next round. One trick that I learned from Kamamani is to use a scrap piece of yarn to mark the stitch. And I've got the stitch marked. I'm going to go into the first stitch, and I'm going to do 2 single crochets in each stitch around. Okay, I'm going to pause this video for a second while I get these stitches done. And then I'll be right back with you. Now, if you've been following along with me, you're back at our stitch marker and you're ready for the third row. The first row was where we put our 6 stitches in. Our second row is where each side had 2 stitches. Our third row, we're going to make 3 stitches. First, we're going to loop over our marker. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do 1 single crochet, and then 2 single crochets in the next stitch. And we repeat this all the way around. And we're going to keep doing that, increasing each row by doing 2 double single crochets in the last stitch that we're counting. Now when we get to the 4th row, we're going to want 4 stitches, so we're going to have 2 single crochets and then 2 stitches in the 3rd single crochet. 5th one, we're going to have 3 single crochets plus 2 in the last single crochet, and so on. Now, I'm not going to do all that stitching for you here. I'm going to go on to the next secret trick that I use. I guess this isn't going to stay secret much longer. So, I've got another one here that I started. And you can see I've come a little bit. And this measures out to, this is row 7 I'm on. I've done all but the last couple of stitches. So I was up to 39. And remember, our last stitch, we're going to have 2 in. So we're going to go, next one isn't our last stitch. We've got 40. And now we're at the last stitch here. 41. 42. Now, this is as far as I want to go because I'm making a pencil or pen holder out of it. And this is about 2.5 inches, which is about what I need. Now, we're still going to use this marker and put it over. Here's the trick. Once we get to the last row, our next row, we're going to use the back loop only. So, we've got here 2 loops on either side of the stitch. We're going to use the loop that's away from us. And what we are doing is we're putting the bottom of our new stitch on the side of our old stitch. And we're going to do this all the way around using only the back loop. And we're going to keep going until we get to the end. And then our next row, we're going to stitch as normal. Now, you're not going to see too much difference when you finish off the 8th row. But when you get to 9, 10, it'll become more obvious. And here's what it looks like once you get to, oh, this is about 12, I think. We've got the bottom with the sides perpendicular to the bottom. So this is a flat bottom, and notice the sides are tight together. So it's not going to deform much. And this still needs some more height. And again, you just continue stitching single crochet. Now there's one thing left, is finishing it off. Now this basket that I showed you at first wasn't quite finished off. Looks like the last stitch is there and we're at our marker. What we're going to do is at our marker, we're going to do a slip stitch. Put our hook underneath the stitch, pull it through both underneath and through the stitch on our hook. And then we're going to fasten it off. And the last trick, if I don't have a good way to use a tapestry needle, one trick I found is weaving it with the hook. So I'm going to weave it into that stitch, and then on the next loop I'm going to come in from the bottom, weave it down, weave it from the bottom, from the top again.
What's that? That's so funny. I heard sour cream.
And we keep going like this until we feel like it's secure enough. And then we'll cut it off. Now, this white string that's still in here, what we're going to do is just pull it out. And there you've got the basket finished off. No more white string. You need to trim off a few ends, but this one's pretty much finished. I'll show you the pen holder when I finished it. And while you're waiting, try doing a basket yourself and let me know how it goes. Don't forget to like the video, If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. And if you have subscribed, share this with somebody. You can share the video and get your friends to enjoy watching Crafting with Christi. Have fun, be safe.